I woke up today and I was thinking Nicholas Jackson. You get me? Obviously, after the Liverpool Chelsea game, he has a goal. He scored a goal, making it 5 goals this season, 3 assists, 8 goal contribution in 8 matches. That's like he's averaging 1 goal contribution per match, which is a more improved number than what he had last season. You get me? He had a very good season last season, scoring, having more than 20 or 18 goals and 18 goals and assists combined in all competition, which is very very good for a striker which was bought for 30 million pounds. Last season a lot of criticism was given to this man, which I think I took part in that also. Nicolas Jackson has been a very very good striker. He's not a world beater, but he's a good striker. He's a good player. Given the fact that he didn't really start from the as a striker. Nicolas Jackson is a left winger. His first few matches at Villarreal, he was a left winger. Then I think injury or something, then he was shifted to the number 9 position, and he did a very 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 good job there. I think during his last match or ending stage of his Villarreal career, I think he went on a scoring form. He was on a very very good form, which is why Chelsea signed him. And when we signed Jackson, I was like, bro, who is him? Because honestly, in as much as I watch a healthy amount of football, you get me. I don't really not much invested in La Liga that much. You get me. I don't really watch most of their game, majority of the game. So I don't really know him. But I know Chukwueze, who is Nigerian, who was at Villarreal at that time. You get me. Was equally a very very good player. But Nicolas Jackson, him coming to Chelsea, having a very wonderful preseason in his first season. We thought we were going to see something good or a partnership between him and Christopher Nkunku. And I think Christopher Nkunku not being in the squad most of the time last season, I think it's kind of in a way contributed to Jackson not being really really good. I don't know if I'm chatting rubbish now, but I think Nico had a very very good preseason, and there were a lot of hypes of him. The new Drogba is back, the way his link up play, his hold up play, which are attributes he still holds till today. And why I think he's such a very very quality player is that he has qualities that you can't teach. You get me? I think he has this striking instinct of him being at the right position at the right time. You get me? He runs into channels which you don't expect him to run, and he obviously scores goals which you don't expect him to score. So far, so good. This season, he has scored 5 goals with a 5.48 expected xG, which is very, 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 very good. Yeah, averaging 2.6 shots per game. That's like approximately 3 shots per game. Last season, Nicolas Jackson missed a lot of chances. I swear, bro, he missed a lot of chances. He was, a little bit selfish. This season, I think last season he totally has up to like 4 assists. This season, I think he has 3 already. You get me? At this point last season, Jackson had how many goals? Had we played Tottenham? Because with Tottenham, I think that was his 4th or 5th goal. But I think this season he has 5th goal, lesser matches, but he has more matches because he was basically playing week in, week out, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and any other cups. But this season he's mainly our striker for the league. And for me, I think Nicolas Jackson has improved so much from the player we saw last season. You get me? I think he has improved so much. And in this summer, I think I would have to say a very big shout out to Mikel Obi, because I think Mikel Obi was a very big part in that. Because it was no secret that Chelsea wanted Victor Osimhen to serve our striking position, which I think we should still get Victor Osimhen. With Nicolas Jackson, we have a very very good striker, but if we are going to be competing for the league and competing for the Champions League, which I know we are capable of, which I know is the level we are meant to be on, I think we need a very dangerous striker, a killer man. You get me? Which Nicolas Jackson is not. No disrespect to him, he's not. But that's a story for another day. We are talking about Nico Jackson. You get me? For a 23 years old player, I can tell you, if he is, if he keeps scoring the way he's scoring, keep taking his chances the way he's taking it, I think he's going to be he's going to be one of the top three best strikers in the league right now. You get me? With Nico, I think Nicolas Jackson has a lot of attributes that you can't really find in any most of Premier League strikers or any striker in the world. For that, he's very very good. Like I've said this, one of the reasons I always tell people, we can't bet Nicolas Jackson unless we have an absolutely monster in that forward position. Unless we go and sign a son on Victor Gyökeres or a son like Victor Osimhen or maybe probably a Haaland, which I know is never going to happen. But unless we have those type of players, unless we have those caliber of players, we are never benching Nicolas Jackson because he's the best that we have currently. He's the best that we have currently. I think we can do better, but I think he is the best we have currently, and I think he can equally do better as well. You get me? I see him finishing 20 goals and assists this season. So Nicolas Jackson is often compared with likes of Didier Drogba. You know, there's this stats that came out I saw in one blog like that on Instagram where it shows Nicolas Jackson first 50 game and Drogba's first 50 game for Chelsea. They basically have similar numbers, just that Nicolas Jackson I think has more goal contribution than him. Like he has more assists than Drogba. I think he already has like 8 or 9 assists. Drogba in his first 50 game has like 3 or 2 assists for Chelsea, but they are the same goal. And we see he was often compared to being the new Didier Drogba, and I think he has some Didier Drogba attributes he has to his game. You get me? But if he's going to get to that peak Drogba level, I think there are things that he's going to add to his game. Like I saw on a blog where John Duran, for example, man, I'm sorry. Like when we wanted to sign that brother, I was like, do we really need this guy? But John Duran, so far so good, has proved wrong this season. There was this article I saw on Twitter? I think I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw somewhere where they said that, I think it's a Chelsea page, Vinci or something. He said that John Duran has a striking power like Elian Tala. Obviously, I wasn't really paying much attention to John Duran's striking power. I know he's very, very huge and he's very, very aggressive on the ball. You know, I think when I talk about he's physically more better than Jackson, obviously. But technically, Jackson is way above his level. You get me? John Duran's striking power is God, madness. After I saw that post, I kind of started paying more attention to John Duran and his striking power. And we have seen he has coming back to back, banging goals, scoring goals for fun. He has scored. I think he has scored in the Champions League as well. 2 goals he scored against Bayern, and I think he scored again another goal in their 3rd match. Yeah, and he scored a goal against Young Boys, which was equally ruled out by VAR. But John Duran has a very, very massive and very, very massive striking power. Like he just tears the ball anywhere. We can see it obviously from his goal against Everton. That long range, that goal. I think he won the goal of the month last month, and I think that goal is arguably contesting for the goal of the season, come ending of the season. And what I'm about to say, this is not about John Duran, but what I'm trying to say in this video is that Jackson needs to improve his game when it comes to him being a very, very good shooting. He has to improve his shooting. He has to improve his striking power. I think he doesn't really has that striking power. Obviously, he's not good aerially, but who cares? If he could improve his striking power and be more clinical. And something I'm going to give him this season is that so far so good. I think this season he's a lot more calmer, apart from the game against Brighton, which he looked a little bit uncomfortable. And as you can see, when he was being taken out in that game, I think he wasn't really happy, which I'm happy to see that he wasn't happy that he didn't score in that game. You get me? And I think this is what I need from my strikers. You get me? And let's get back to his shooting power. I think he really needs to improve there. I think he really needs to be a little bit more clinical, which I think is better. His conversion rate is better from what we saw last season. Way better. You get me? I think if he continues with this level he's going to be one of the top three best strikers in the league, arguably, you get me. So and I think he is on a very very up trajectory. And maybe in the January we go and sign someone like Osimhen, but currently I think Nicolas Jackson is the best number 9 we have in this squad. And there are reasons why I can bench him because of his link up play, his hold up play. He's very very good at it. When being compared to Nkunku, no, Nkunku is not. Nkunku is like a little bit more relaxed. Like it's just more of he doesn't really just stays in a position, go into the channel, score goals. But like Nicolas Jackson wants to be involved with chance creation, comes back, drops deep, helps the midfield, helps his wingers, link with Palmer, link with Madueke, link with Jordan Sancho. Obviously, Jordan Sancho assisted one of his goals against West Ham. You get me? Talking about the shooting power, which he obviously needs to really, 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 really improve, improve on that. And I think, like I said, he's going to get 20 goals, 25 goals and assists this season. Definitely, he's going to get it. Definitely this season. And going forward, like I said, going forward, I would love the manager to start him. He's already starting more of the match. You get me? And there is a thing I saw he improved on this season is like him demanding the ball. He demands the ball now because against Liverpool there was a part time he was demanding the ball from Cole Palmer, and which is something I like to see from my striker. And there is something I like about his game, which I don't think everyone else doesn't like. I don't care what I don't like, what everyone likes. So he has this thing about pissing off the opponent. He rattles the opponent, and I love it about Jackson. He's a shit house. Is that how he scored? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. You get me? But I love that. I love that part of his game. I love that part of his personality when like he shits on the opponent. Very very good for me. And generally, I think one other thing I'll give to him is that Nicolas Jackson never ghosts. You can see against Liverpool, he never ghosts. You can't say you lock Nicolas Jackson. Even when the passes are not coming for him, he drops deep, he still makes the good runs, runs in good positions where he could get the ball. You get me? Nicolas Jackson is Nicolas Jackson. I think he never misses. Like I said, he never disappears. You can't say this match you're going to lock him down. You can't lock Nicolas Jackson down because he's an absolute baller. He's going to leave the number 9 position, drop deep, do some link up plays, do other stops. You get me? And like I said, I think the Chelsea fans should appreciate Jackson more. Give him value for his money, £30 million. I think we get a very, very good player, and I think he's going to improve way, way better. And this, like, currently is the most valuable African player behind Victor Boniface. You get me? So, like I said, Nicolas Jackson is cooking. He is cooking. You get me? So that's all for now. Make sure you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of me. And I'll see you in the next one.